How's it going, YouTube? Welcome back to my channel. We're back with another banger upload. And don't forget that like and subscribe button. And as always, let's jump right in. How's it going, everybody? Welcome back to my channel. I'm here with, I have to say, a little bit of a different video from the content that I normally upload, as this video will be a lot more focused on calling out an aspect of a community that I feel is really bad, and that is kind of just the unwavering support for the Israeli government in the face of, as well, all of the atrocities and all the horrible things they're doing. We still support it. A lot of people in the Jewish community still support it, and I feel that that's a big problem. And I know quite a bit of people who say, oh, because I'm Jewish, I need to support the Israeli government. No, you don't have to. Nowhere in Judaism does it say you need to support a government. In fact, supporting the Israeli government right now and doing it blindly is very un-Jewish. It goes against a lot of Jewish values. Alright, let's look at a few Jewish values and see how much the actions of the Israeli government really lines up with them. To see, alright, first one, the sanctity of human life. Says over here, from where do we know that saving a life overrides the Sabbath? As it is written, ye shall keep my statutes, my ordinances, which a person shall do and live by them. It's from Leviticus, and the Torah says, live by them and not die by them. Okay, let's look at some other ones. Second, pursuing peace and reconciliation. Okay. Be one of the disciples of Aaron, loving peace and pursuing peace, loving people and drawing them near Torah. It's definitely broken. Another one does not wage war against anyone in the world until they are first offered peace. This applies to both optional wars and obligatory wars. As it is said, when you approach a city to wage war against it, you shall propose peace to it. It's from Deuteronomy. And if they accept peace and agree to give them 7 Noahide laws, they are not to be harmed. So this is 100% broken. Finally, the principle of responsibility and compassion for others. All of Israel are responsible for one another. Whoever saves a single life, it is considered to have saved the entire world. And then the Torah begins with acts of kindness and ends with acts of kindness. So you can really see how all of these are being broken, just showing how un-Jewish this government is with their actions. You want to know something else crazy, right? Everybody that blindly supports Israel, they're literally going against the name of Israel itself. Literally, right here, the name Israel means one who struggles with God. So we are the people that are supposed to be struggling with God, and yet we are not, it means we're supposed to question authority, but we're not going to question a foreign government. And another thing about this is, right, from now, you're going to hear me say this and repeat this a lot more in my videos. The Israeli government does not care about us. Netanyahu does not care about Judaism. They do not care about Jews. Let's be honest, right? They use Judaism as a shield, kind of like how a lot of MAGA use Christianity to shield the bad things they're doing. That's what the government is doing. Let's be honest here, right? If he really cared about Judaism and Jews, he would not be doing these horrible wars. Okay? Also, the rise of anti-Semitism started after this war. After these wars, anti-Semitism was risen. I never faced really any anti-Semitism until recently after these wars happened. So, he is backing these wars, which is directly leading to more anti-Semitism. Really makes you think if he cares about Jews, right?
You can totally still criticize Israel, just don't be anti-Semitic. Oh wait, but when I do it, as a Jew, as someone born with an Israeli citizenship, you call me pathetic, you call me a kappa, you call me a disgrace, you call me evil, you call me an anti-Semite, you call me a bigot, you call me a fake Jew, you call me a fake Israeli, you call me fake everything. You can only criticize Israel once you've been there, done. You can only do it once you've been a citizen, done. You can only do it when your family's been living there, done. What more do you want? Oh wait, you want bootlickers. You want someone who's going to show for a government no matter what, over human lives.
And this is what I was saying earlier about literally Israel means one who wrestles with God. You know, we as Jews, we're supposed to question authority, and yet we are not going to question this government that's doing all these atrocities that really is self-destructive to Judaism as a whole, because it goes against literally our name.
Y'all call me a bigot when I talk about it, even though I'm supposedly allowed to criticize the Israeli government. You are exactly like the American Republicans you like to make fun of, supporting atrocities being committed in your name, shilling for a government who could care less about you, who sees you as nothing more than cannon fodder. It's pathetic and disgusting.
So here is even more evidence that shows how the Israeli government does not care about Jews. So a little bit of background for this article. This event took place after the 2018 Tree of Life synagogue shooting, which, if you didn't know, is a guy came in synagogue, shot it up, killing a bunch of Jews. And when American Jews connected Trump's rhetoric to the Pittsburgh massacre, Naftali Bennett, who was the Israeli diaspora affairs minister, was dispatched to Pittsburgh, New York, specifically to represent the Israeli government in the wake of the shooting. Bennett went out of his way to shield the president. Tying Trump to the massacre, in Bennett's own words, was unfair and wrong. He praised Trump as a great friend of Israel and of the Jews, and pointed to the president's decision to move the American embassy to Jerusalem from Israel to Jerusalem as supposed proof. Let's just break this down for a second, okay? This guy, he is representing the Israeli government, okay? And when people saw, they saw that Trump's hateful rhetoric greatly influenced the shooter, to kill a whole bunch of Jews. When people connected that to him, this guy who's representing the Israeli government said, oh no, this is wrong. He is not to blame for this. Really. And this government is supposed to care about us. Are we sure about this, bro? Because all I'm seeing is hate, okay? And adding on to all him praising Trump stuff, bro, literally, I think it was about like 70 to 80% of Jews in this country in the election voted against Trump. He's saying Trump is a great friend to Israel and the Jews, maybe a great friend of the Israeli government, but not to Jews. As literally we've seen 70-80% of Jews voted against him.
To my anti-Zionist Jews, do you think that when they come for the Jews once again, they will put a caveat saying, oh, you know what, anti-Zionist Jews are okay? No. To them, a Jew will always be a Jew, and the only thing that you're doing right now as a Jew is disservicing not only your whole community, but yourself. Because even during the time of the Holocaust, there were Jews like you that pointed the finger at their friends, and you know what? They all ended up dead anyway.
So, in this video, she's kind of, you already heard what she said about difference between Zionist and non-Zionist Jews. And here's my thing, right? A lot of society now, they have taken the word Zionist to mean something that it's not, kind of like what happened with the word communist. And I'm not really a Zionist or anything. I don't believe in any ethno-states. I don't think there should be any religious states, nothing like that. But I feel like people have taken the word Zionist and turned it into something it's not. A lot of people, for the word Zionist, have made it seem like it's supposed to be people that are the root of all evil and everything to do with Zionism is evil. It's not. A lot of Zionists, they are Zionists because of fear, right? We have been kicked out and persecuted by so many governments. It's not crazy to think that, hey, I think the only place we'd be safe is in a government that we control, so they can't persecute us. And all that being said, though, she's still wrong about this, okay? She's talking about how they're going to come for us again, and I don't agree with this personally. Actually, the Israeli government, as I've talked about and said things multiple times, they're contributing to this anti-Semitism that's really popping up, making it more unsafe for us as Jews to live our daily lives. So even though, yeah, she's just wrong about that.
What I will say is I've said outright, and if this offends you, I'm sorry, but I'm not in support of what's going on right now in Israel. I think a lot of stuff that's going on right now is super inhumane, and I can't back it. And I personally don't like Netanyahu. Not a fan. I've said out loud I'm not a fan. Now, even when I say that, there's going to still be people that go, fucking, what the fuck? Like, that fuck Jew? It's like, wait, I'm literally, like, is this not the like, whatever. You can't win.
It's no different than being American and saying I don't like Trump. Just because you're Jewish, it doesn't mean you have to support every single thing.
I don't agree
that
with
the Israeli government
I believe
does.
That Jews have,
And yeah, they said this very accurately. Supporting Netanyahu and the government is kind of just like being American and supporting Trump. You know, they are. I don't think what a lot of people don't realize is that Netanyahu is pretty unpopular. I think he has approval rating of like 38% or something, which I mean is still way too high. He should have approval rating of 0. But a lot of people don't like him, and that's just like what a lot of people don't know that, or they don't want to admit it. So it's just more proof. All right, I'm gonna play you guys one more clip. This is a pretty long clip, but it shows this guy really standing up to Netanyahu and telling him all the horrors of his actions, and we should all aspire to be like this guy, okay?
אני רוצה לספר לך את סיפורו של מוחמד אבו אל-קומסאן בן 32 מעזה. ניסיתי חודשיים לפני המלחמה ולאחר מכן חווינו את מסע הגירוש. חברת הכנסת גוטליב. עברנו ממקום למקום החל מהצפון ועד שהגענו לדיר אל-בלח. בשבת ה10 באוגוסט נולדו לי תאומים בן ובת אסר ואייסל, וזאת לאחר ניתוח קיסרי קשה שעברה אשתי דוקטור ג'ומאנה ערפי. שמחה מילאה את ליבנו בבואם של ילדינו הראשונים. ההתרגשות הייתה בלתי ניתנת לתיאור. בבוקר יום שלישי ה13 באוגוסט יצאתי בשמחה לבית החולים. הוצאתי את תעודת הלידה לתינוקות שלי. מתוך שמחה שלחתי לאשתי תמונות ותעודות הלידה בוואטסאפ. אחי לא ענתה. באותו הזמן קיבלתי שיחה מאחד השכנים ששאל אם אני בסדר. עניתי אני בסדר, והוא אמר לי הדירה שאתה שוכר הופצצה. מהרתי וליבי פועם מפחד ודאגה לגורל משפחתי, עד שהגעתי לדלפק הקבלה של בית החולים, וחלק מהשכנים אמרו לי ברעד הם בתוך מקפיאי המתים. לא עברו 10 דקות מאז הוצאתי תעודת הלידה, ופתאום אני מוציא להם תעודות פטירה. התמוטטתי. בעזה יש 17,035 תינוקות שהמערכת שלך הרגה, ביניהם 825 תינוקות מתחת לגיל שנה. בעזה היום 35,055 תינוקות יתומים. הדם של כולם ירדוף אותך, ואתה בעזות מצח תוהה על כך שאתה מואשם בבית הדין בהאג. בנימין נתניהו, חברי הכנסת, מהו החזון שלך? מה החזון שלך, תגיד לי? מזה 30 שנה אתה רוצח סדרתי של השלום. לא, עצור. רד מהדוכן מיד. רד מהדוכן מיד. להוריד אותו עכשיו. מה החזון שלך? רוצח סדרתי בקפלן, לא פה. רוצח סדרתי של השלום זה אתה. רד מהדוכן. רוצח סדרתי, רד מפה. רד מפה, חצוף. צא מהאולם. חבר הכנסת גלעד קריב, יש מילים שלא...
And this man who did this, he's really brave. He literally went up face to face with Netanyahu, and he said the things that we were all thinking, man. He literally, personally, in front of everybody, told him all the horrors he was doing. And even after hearing this so-called government, you can see how corrupt it is. They literally threw him out. They don't want to hear the criticism. They don't want to hear the side of the story that they don't have. And yeah, we all should be like this guy right here. Don't be afraid to stand up to others. Alright, that's gonna do it for this video. Man, I hope you guys enjoyed. I hope I changed your perspective on things. To all my Jews out there, just remember, you don't have to support this just because you're Jewish. You can see all the stuff they're doing and be like, I can't back this. And all my non-Jews, you can see how this war and this government isn't reflective on Jews as a whole. And yeah, I'll see you guys in the next one.